I'm Ankita. Welcome to Mastering Organic Chemistry with Ankita. And we're on our lesson number 3 of our Mastering Organic Chemistry in just 90 days. And this is going to be a lesson which is going to help you self-analyze how much you have learned from the past 2 lessons, because doing practice questions is a very fundamental part of learning. So without further ado guys, let's get started with learning.
And today we'll be having a practice session regarding all the previous knowledge that we have gained from the previous 2 lectures on IUPAC naming of organic compounds. So guys, before going through this lecture, I would request you to go through the first 2 lectures so that you can get a hang of the entire thing that we have learned in the previous lectures, as well as have complete clarity while attempting these questions. So let's come to the first question here. Here we can see that our first compound has a 5-carbon principal carbon chain, and there is a nitro group and a fluoro group attached to it. So now all we have to do is that we have to decide whether to give the carbon consisting of the fluoro compound as the first locant, or whether to give that containing the nitro compound as the first locant. So as we know that according to the alphabetical order rule, we always prefer that substituent, we always give that substituent the lower number which has a lower alphabet in the alphabetical order. So since F comes before N in the alphabetical order decision, therefore we'll give the carbon containing the F in the principal carbon chain as the first locant. So the name of this compound, any guesses, will be 1-fluoro 5-nitro pentane. That's exactly what the name of this compound is, 1-fluoro 5-nitro pentane. Now let's come to the second example here. We have a principal carbon chain consisting of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbon atoms. Now each edge of these lines depicts 1 carbon atom each. So therefore we have a 6 carbon atom principal carbon chain consisting of a nitro group, chloro group and bromo group attached to it. So again we have to decide whether to start our numbering from the left or from the right. So here we know that the lowest locant rule is to be used, not the lowest locant sum rule, because the lowest locant sum rule is used when there are only 2 substituents, but here we have 3 substituents attached to the principal carbon chain, and the lowest locant sum rule can be a sort of a contradiction to the lowest locant rule when the substituents are more than 2. So to play safe, we'll go with the lowest locant rule. So from the left hand side we see that the third carbon is the first locant that we're getting for the substituent attached from the left, and from the right hand side we see that the second carbon is the lowest locant that we're getting for the substituent attached from the right. So since 2 is less than 3, our first point of difference is 2 and 3 from the right and left, and we can see that 2 is less than 3, so we'll start our numbering from the right hand side. So the name of this compound guys, any guesses? Yes, 3-bromo 2-chloro 4-nitro hexane. That's the name of the compound. The reason why we're taking bromo before chloro is again due to the alphabetical order decision. So the name of this compound comes out to be 3-bromo 2-chloro 4-nitro hexane. Now the next example guys, we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbon principal carbon chain consisting of 2-bromo 1-nitro and 1-fluoro group attached to it. So now we have to name this compound, and again we have to decide whether to number from the left or from the right. So here we have the numbering from the left according to the lowest locant rule, which gives us the locants as 2, 2, 3 and 6. Here we can see we are getting 2, 2, 3 and 6 as the locants for the substituents on numbering from the left hand side, and on right we will get 1, 4, 5 and 5. On numbering from the right hand side we're going to get 1, 4, 5 and 5. So we have to look for the first point of difference, that is 2 and 1 only give us the first point of difference from left and right. So we know that 1 is less than 2. So we'll start our numbering from that side which has the lowest point of difference, that is the right hand side in this case. So then we start our numbering from the right. So the name of this compound, guys, will be 5,5-dibromo 1-fluoro-4-nitrohexane. Again, the reason why we took bromo before fluoro before nitro is again due to the alphabetical order decision. So the name of this compound is finally 5,5-dibromo 1-fluoro-4-nitrohexane. Let's look at the next question, guys. Here we have this compound, which we can think of selecting this as our principal carbon chain, as it consists of 7 carbon atoms, or we can think of selecting this as our principal carbon chain, which also consists of 7 carbon atoms. So now, since the carbon atoms is same in both the cases, we'll have to see which has the more number of substituents. So this carbon chain has 3 substituents, as we can see, and this carbon chain also has 3 substituents. So what to do in such a case? Even the locants are same for both. So we can choose any chain as the principal carbon chain in this case, as it's not making much of a difference if we select this or this. So on selecting this as our principal carbon chain, we have to then start naming of the side chains. So here we have 4,1,1-dimethyl ethyl, because to this ethyl group there are 2 methyl groups attached. So it is 4,1,1-dimethyl ethyl 3,5-diethyl heptane. That's the name of this compound, 4,1,1-dimethyl ethyl in bracket, because it is the name of the side chain, and because it's in bracket, therefore the D of the di will be taken in alphabetical order decision. So we get 4,1,1-dimethyl ethyl 3,5-diethyl heptane. That's the name of the compound, 4,1,1-dimethyl ethyl 3,5-diethyl heptane. Now let's look at the next example. Here also we have this compound in which we have to select our principal carbon chain. We see that if we select this as our principal carbon chain, we are getting 7 carbon atoms. Also, if we select this as our principal carbon chain, also we are getting 7 carbon atoms, as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So now we have to see which gives us more number of substituents. If we select this as our principal carbon chain, we have 2 substituents. And if we select this as our principal carbon chain, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 substituents. So it is obvious that we will select that principal carbon chain which has more number of substituents if the chain has the same number of carbon atoms in both the cases. So now we'll look at the naming of this compound. So it has 2 ethyl groups attached to it, and then it has these methyl groups attached to it. So let's go through the naming of this compound as 3,5-diethyl, diethyl due to these, and 2,2,6,6-tetramethyl, because we have 4 methyl groups attached to this second and 6th carbon of the principal carbon chain, and then heptane, that is the word root for the 7 carbon atoms. So this is our compound, that is 3,5-diethyl 2,2,6,6-tetramethyl heptane. This will give us our name of the compound. Now let's come to the last question of our this very lesson. This consists of a principal carbon chain of 9 carbon atoms, as we can see. No other case or no other way are we getting 9 carbon atoms here. So now all we have to decide is that whether we are getting the lowest locant from the left hand side or the right hand side. For that, again we'll number the locants of the substituents from left and right, and from left we get 3, 4, 6, 8. That is 3, 4, 6 and 8. And from right we're getting 2, 4, 6, 7. That is 2, 4, 6 and 7. So the first point of difference here comes at the first locant only. And here, since 2 is less than 3, we'll start our numbering from the right hand side. That's right. So the name of the compound comes out to be 4,6-bis 1,1-dimethyl ethyl. Why we are using the word bis is because when we are using this bracket to give us the substituent's name, which consists of 1,1-dimethyl group, we always use outside the bracket. When we have 2 of a kind, we use bis. When outside the bracket we have 3 of a kind, we use tris, and so on. So basically at the 4th and the 6th carbon, we have a 1,1-dimethyl ethyl group, but it's coming twice. And because it's outside the bracket, inside the bracket, so outside the bracket we'll use the word bis. So the name comes out to be 4,6-bis 1,1-dimethyl ethyl 2,7-nonane. That's the name of this compound.